You are on the channel Quotes of Great Men. Enjoy watching. Who has fully realized that history is not contained in thick books but lives in our very blood? The distinction between mind and body is an artificial dichotomy, a discrimination which is unquestionably based far more on the peculiarity of intellectual understanding than on the nature of things. For the alchemist, the one primarily in need of redemption is not man, but the deity who is lost and sleeping in matter. Continuous creation is to be thought of not only as a series of successive acts of creation, but also as the eternal presence of the one creative act. Not nature, but the genius of mankind, has knotted the hangman's noose with which it can execute itself at any moment. The debt we owe to the play of imagination is incalculable. Only a few individuals succeed in throwing off mythology in a time of a certain intellectual supremacy. The mass never frees itself. Envy does not allow humanity to sleep. Magic is the science of the jungle. Science is not a perfect instrument, but it is a superb and invaluable tool that works harm only when taken as an end in itself. How difficult it is to reach anything approaching a moderate and relatively calm point of view in the midst of one's emotions. But the meaning of life is not explained by one's business life, nor is the deep desire of the human heart answered by a bank account. From the middle of life onward, only he remains vitally alive who is ready to die with life. It was most essential for me to have a normal life in the real world as a counterpoise to that strange inner world. My family and my profession remained the base to which I could return. Protection and security are only valuable if they do not cramp life excessively. Enlightenment consists not merely in the seeing of luminous shapes and visions, but in making the darkness visible. The latter procedure is more difficult and therefore unpopular. One cannot free oneself by bowing to the yoke, but by breaking it. I want to be freed neither from human beings, nor from myself, nor from nature, for all these appear to me the greatest of miracles. Fidelity to the law of your own being is an act of high courage flung in the face of life. It is really the mistake of our age. We think it is enough to discover new things, but we don't realize that knowing more demands a corresponding development of morality. I am this bundle of what has been, and what has been accomplished. Sentimentality is a superstructure covering brutality. An archetypal content expresses itself, first and foremost, in metaphors. Everyone knows nowadays that people have complexes. What is not so well known, though far more important theoretically, is that complexes can have us. Every mother contains her daughter in herself, and every daughter her mother, and every mother extends backwards into her mother and forwards into her daughter. Man and woman become a devil to each other when they do not separate their spiritual paths, for the nature of created beings is always the nature of differentiation. I live in my deepest hell, and from there I cannot fall any further. Ultimate truth, if there be such a thing, demands the concert of many voices. Hitler's movement is near to Mohammedanism. That which we do not bring to consciousness appears in our lives as fate. The word belief is a difficult thing for me. I don't believe. I must have a reason for a certain hypothesis. Either I know a thing, and then I know it, I don't need to believe it. Where do we live symbolically? Nowhere except where we participate in the ritual of life. Seldom, or perhaps never, does a marriage develop into an individual relationship smoothly and without crises. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. The self as the essence of individuality is unitemporal and unique. As an archetypal symbol, it is a God image and therefore universal and eternal. Creativity is the art that can give rise to visionary metaphorical relationships, as opposed to purely psychological ones. Instinct is like nature herself, prodigiously conservative, and yet transcending her own historical conditions in her acts of creation. When facts are few, speculations are most likely to represent individual psychology. Fortunately, in her kindness and patience, nature has never put the fatal question as to the meaning of their lives into the mouths of most people. And where no one asks, no one needs to answer. The self then functions as a union of opposites and thus constitutes the most immediate experience of the divine which it is psychologically possible to imagine. Nights through dreams tell the myths forgotten by the day. In all earnestness, I asked myself what kind of world I had stumbled into. Man positively needs general ideas and convictions that will give a meaning to his life and enable him to find a place for himself in the universe. Art is a kind of innate drive that seizes a human being and makes him its instrument. If you watch to the end, I am very grateful to you. Watch also these videos.